Hi everybody, Lindsey Wilson here from Positive Performance, the Mindset Coach Academy. What I want to talk about today is a question that I get often, and that is, if I'm a coach and I want to learn about mental training or mindset coaching, what is the one tool that I'll get like the biggest bang for my buck? And the one tool that I think every coach can benefit from, because it is the most powerful tool that I've experienced working with athletes, and that is visualization, being able to deliver guided visualizations. Now, I learned about this, well, first I learned about visualization when I was about 16, and then I learned about hypnosis in my mid-20s, and I've really combined them to teach in the Mindset Coach Academy. We have something called the Performance Visualization Specialist. Hi, Freddie. Oh, you agree? Yeah. I mean, I think this tool, and let me tell you why I think this tool, or I know that this tool is often the most powerful. Now, we have a whole toolbox of different things, and so it's, you know, it's kind of like being a doctor in the sense of like, sometimes you need antibiotics, and sometimes you need, echinacea, and sometimes you need a shot, and there's different tools. So not necessarily that guided visualization applies to everything, but pretty much it can always benefit someone. So let me give you this example. So oftentimes, let's take a problem that's super common with athletes, and that is confidence, right? Whether that's they're in a slump, or maybe they went to a new team and like they just don't have the confidence they need to play at their peak. And so there's a couple things that you can do as a coach. One is talk to them, right? Try to instill in them confidence, and tell them how much you believe in them. And as you know, as a coach, this doesn't always work or it works sometimes and not others. Sometimes you can use that as a crutch, someone else believing in you, and it can kind of like pull you up the ladder to being confident in yourself, but it's real shaky ground. And often as a coach, I know you've experienced, that of yourself giving all of this to them emotionally and psychologically and trying to get them their confidence, and it just doesn't sink in. So that strategy is very unpredictable, and it's not really something I think that we can kind of build our house on, right? So you can talk to them, you can tell them a story, and try to help them understand, that they're not alone, or that you've struggled with confidence before. And that will get in a little bit deeper in my experience, because of how our brain works. And our subconscious brain really thinks in metaphors and stories. But the third way is really helping them learn how to instill confidence on a really deep subconscious level. And that's where guided visualization really helps. So again, you can talk to them, you can tell them a story, or you can take them through a guided visualization. And one of the ones we do for confidence is, there's a couple different ones, but one has to do with letting go of fear, self-doubt, worry, and they literally visualize themselves actually taking a backpack off. They see themselves playing with a backpack on that contains all of that, let's say, crap that they've been holding on to. Fear, self-doubt, worry, worry about the future, the coach is going to take me out, all those things that are going on in their brain that hold them back. Then they take that backpack off, and then they visualize themselves playing without it. And they will literally experience that as if it's happening. And that's where guided visualization as a coach becomes this very powerful tool that, again, you're not just sort of like throwing spaghetti against the wall, you're actually giving them something that makes a change on a subconscious level. So then they can go into their life, into practice, into games, more confident than they were before. And so that's where you're giving them the tools to make changes for themselves. So the Performance Visualization Specialist, we are opening the coach's certification probably in about a month or so, and it'll be the last time we open it from 2019 and probably through mid-2020. But I wanted to share that with you, whether you do the certification or not, because we have a lot of articles on visualization. The Braver is a visualization, pre-practice visualization exercise. And if you have any questions about visualization or guided visualization, I've been doing it, I've been doing it for over 20 years, really, but I got really into it in my 20s when I learned hypnosis. I don't necessarily do a ton of hypnosis now, but I use a lot of those same principles, and that's what I teach. And the people that are going through the certification right now are learning all about visualization. First, they're using scripts, then they're customizing it, and then they're delivering it to athletes in exactly the way they need. And confidence is just one example, right? I mean, we have them for all different issues. But again, it's taking it from something you talk about with your athletes to giving them a solid tool to make those changes that they desire, that they're working towards, that you're working towards as well, on a really tangible way. The other thing that's really powerful about visualization, and one of the reasons that I think it's been, again, one of the tools that I think has allowed me not only to have, and personally too as an athlete, but allowed me to have a bigger impact on my clients, is I record them. So, and that's what we learn in the certification as well. So I record them. Let's say someone comes to me and is working on recovering from an injury. And so we do a guided visualization that's customized to the issues that they're dealing with, which, maybe fear, maybe not trusting themselves after the injury, worried about re-injury, all those sorts of things. We do a visualization that helps them make those changes on a deep subconscious level. We record it, and then they listen to it on their own, let's say every day for the next week. So they're able to make those changes on their own time, on their own schedule. Got a big thumbs up. And they can do it while they're falling asleep. They can do it while they're on the training table. They can do it while they're warming up for practice. It's this tool that's so powerful that you can do anywhere, and really empowers them to make those changes on a subconscious level. So again, when people ask me what the tool is that I think all coaches should know, and don't ask me why we're not learning this in coaching school and all these things that we go to when we're learning how to coach, because this is the kind of thing that really makes those changes in a way that I don't believe you can do just by talking to somebody. Talking is helpful, supportive, it's great. But giving someone a tool, again, that they can have on their phone and they can listen to, it's amazing. I mean, we're doing it right now, again, in the certification program, and people are doing it with their spouses and their kids and their friends in their life, because it is a tool that I go back to all the time in my life, and even in my personal life, that really helps people make changes. And it also empowers them, because they realize that, and something that I believe as a coach anyway, all really great change comes from the inside out, right? We have to decide to make those changes, but oftentimes people don't know how to start. They don't know what shifts to make. And that's why the guided component to it, I think, is so powerful too, because again, we can say, go visualize playing well. But if they're not in that space of playing well, they can kind of mind screw themselves while they're going through the visualization. And so when you guide them through it, you still give them space to be creative and see themselves play in the way that, they want to, and that sort of thing. But you're guiding them through. And so they have this thing that they can trust. They trust your voice. They hear you taking them through it. And it's this little leg up, right? That gives them that sense of like, someone else is sort of in control for a moment, but I'm on this journey and I'm making those changes, and empowering themselves to make those changes on a deep level. And so I am such a fan of this tool. And again, it's something that I wish all coaches had access to. And so I'm going to be talking about it more, because I'm that passionate about it. I think it's just, and those of you that have done like the Braver or any of our guided visualizations, I'd love to hear about it, because I know a lot of you are doing it. You're using the scripts that we have. And so I just encourage you that if you haven't tried visualization for yourself or any of your athletes or your team as a whole, that you do, whether it's with the Braver or some of our other scripts. So anyway, that's my lesson for the day. Visualization is the #1 tool, in my opinion, that can help you make that impact that you want with your athletes. So if you have any questions about visualization, put them below, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for joining live, guys, and thanks for watching the replay. Bye.